Hi, it's Randy. Just a real short video. I wanted to go over the marking key and how I would mark a cash flow question on an exam. Again, for studying, I'd recommend getting those guides to preparing, have them sitting there and go through some of the bigger questions in the textbook and just practice doing the cash flow statement. You've got the solution in Blackboard. You don't have to memorize anything, just get ready. Know what you need or what's going to help you write the exam. Have those notes available. Do enough of these that you're comfortable walking through it, and then you're in good shape for the exam. So just real quick, this is 2 at ink, I can't remember, it's one of the questions from the textbook. It's just an example. I'm not going to go through any calculations, but I did want to show how I would mark this. Would essentially be like this. Let's assume it's a 20-mark question. And these numbers aren't exact. They kind of depend on the size of the question and what's there. But I'm generally going to break down the marks into 3 areas. The format, the disclosure, and the actual calculation of the numbers. So the format marks is really just for setting up what I have here. You need a title. You need sections for operating activities, totaled. Investing activities and financing activities, totaled, to come to a change in cash, add that to your opening cash, and end up with your ending cash, or cash and cash equivalents from the balance sheet. So without putting a number on the sheet, there's 5 marks there. There'll also be marks for disclosure. Don't forget to do disclosure. It's probably the most common mark deduction in prior years. Cash flow statements require this disclosure. Significant non-cash transactions. So again, a typical example would be a capital lease, or maybe a stock dividend, or on the assignment we sold some land and took back a note rather than getting paid. That's a non-cash transaction. So really what you're doing here is you're just describing the transaction. Acquired, for a capital lease, acquired asset through capital lease, $250,000. Issued stock dividend, $25,000. Whatever the case may be where you have non-cash transactions. On a direct method cash flow statement, interest paid and income taxes paid are going to be in the statement, so you don't need to disclose them. But on an indirect method, you do need to do that disclosure. Interest paid and income taxes paid. So, again, even if you just put the titles down and miss the numbers and don't have time to calculate the numbers, you're going to get 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3 just for recognizing you need to disclose those, and if you don't get the numbers, at least it's worth something. And then the other 12 marks is essentially for all the numbers that are going in here. Right? So all your operating activities, investing activities, financing activities, doing your calculations, putting the numbers in the right spot. And from here, it's basically just a deduct. Right? Everything you miss, mark comes off. Put it in the wrong section, mark comes off, half mark comes off, something like that. Include a non-cash transaction in here, mark comes off. Right? So if it's a non-cash transaction, it should not be in here. That is all I really wanted to go through. I thought it would be good for you to be aware of this as you're writing the exam. Because again, if you end up, it doesn't balance, well, if you made 1 mistake, you're 19 out of 20. If you made 2 mistakes, you're 18 out of 20. That's pretty darn good. So don't get hung up on making it balance. If you have the time, go back to it, but I would really go through it once, put everything in you can, go on to different questions. If you have time at the end and you're out of balance, see how much you're out of balance by, and start looking for numbers. More often than not, it's you add something instead of subtract it, or vice versa. So you might be out by twice as much as some number. All right, if you subtract $10 instead of add $10, you're going to be $20 out. So that's one thing that might help you find it. That's all I wanted to go through. There you go.